solving yet another question on statistics. This time we are asked to calculate for the coefficient of mean deviation. How do we go about this? Solution. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. This time we are to find the coefficient of mean deviation given the group data. Now, there is something we need to know. The coefficient of the mean deviation is x bar multiplied by the deviation all over x bar. Why we have this, that is x bar multiplied by the deviation, to be equal to summation of f of x minus x bar all over summation of f. And we also know that our mean is equal to summation of f x all over summation of f. As I run from 1 to n, as I running from 1 to n, the same thing is applicable here. As I is running from 1 to n. So this is what we have to compute. This is what we have to compute. Now, we are given the data. We are given the group data here. How do we now form a table that will enable us to calculate this? So we come here. The first thing to do when given this type of question is for you to form the table. So forming the table, we have here first we say age as what is given here. Age in years, which is our class interval. Class interval. Now, the second one, we have our class midpoint. Our class midpoint. Our class midpoint is known as our x value. Now, we also have the number of students. Number of students. Number of students, which is our f value. Also, we'll have our f of x. So, this is how we'll go about it. Now, we have the first one to be 6 to 10. You write it out this way. We have 11 to 15. We have 16 to 20. We have 21 to 25. And we have 26 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what we have. Now, we have our number of students. Our number of students will be 13, 16, 30, 24, and 17. This is what we have. Now, how do we calculate for our midpoint? That means our class interval. Our class interval is calculated as, for example, we have 6 and 10. What you do is that you say 6 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 8. 11 plus 15 divided by 2. 11 plus 15 divided by 2, which is 13. 16. 16 plus 20 divided by 2, we have 18. 21 plus 25 divided by 2, we have 23. And 26 plus 30 divided by 2, we have 28. Now we have our f of x value. Our f of x is 8 multiplied by 13. That is how we calculate the f of x. Our f of x will be 8 multiplied by 13. We've already gotten our midpoint. Our midpoint is the values of x. And the number of students is the values for f, which is our frequency, the values that are given. Now, we say 8 multiplied by 13 to give us f of x, which is 104. 13 multiplied by 16, 13 multiplied by 16, which is 208. We also have 18 multiplied by 30, which is 540. 540. We have 23 multiplied by 24. We have 552. And we have 28 multiplied by 17. We have 476. 476. The next thing we'll calculate for is our x minus x bar. X minus x bar. X minus x bar. So what is our x bar? We don't know. Our x bar is the mean. So we'll first put our mean to be, our mean first is summation of, sorry, I'm writing it too close. So our mean, which is x bar, is equal to summation of f of x all over summation of f. Now, what is summation of f of x? Which is the total summation of f of x is equal to, now we add everything that is here. That is the meaning of this sign. Summation means addition. So we add whatever we have here. 104 plus 208 plus 540 plus 552 plus 476. So we have 104 plus 208 plus 540 plus 552 plus 476. So we have 1880. So we have 1880 divided by, what is our summation of f? Summation of f will be equal to, now we add everything here to get the sum of f. That means the sum of our frequency, which is 13 plus 16 plus 30 plus 24 plus 17. So we have 100. We have 100. It then means that our mean value is 1880 divided by 100, which is 18.8. 18.8. So the mean is 18.8. Now, whatever we have as our x value, the whole of this x value, we use it to subtract 18.8 to get this value. So we have here 8 minus 18.8. We have negative 10.8. 13 minus 18.8. 13 minus 18.8. We have negative 5.8, negative 5.8. We have 18 minus 18.8. 18 minus 18.8. We have 0.8, negative 0.8. Now we have 23. 23 minus 18.8. We have 4.2. 4.2. We have 28 minus 18.8, which is 9.2. 9.2. Now, we also have x minus x bar. That means x minus x bar. Because of this sign here, it means all the sign we have, the negative sign we have will go off. All the negative sign we have will go off. That is the meaning. So here we have negative 10.8. Because of this bar sign, we have 10.8 here. Here we have 5.8. The negative sign will not count. Here we have 0.8. Here we have 4.2. And here we have 9.2. And lastly, we have f multiplied by x minus x bar. F multiplied by the whole of this. That means our f value multiplied by the whole of this value. So it means that 13 multiplied by 10.8. 13 multiplied by 10.8. We have 140.4. 140.4 for the first one. Now we have here 16. 16, which is f. 16 multiplied by 5.8. 16 multiplied by 5.8. 92.8. 92.8. Now we have 30 multiplied by 0.8. 30 multiplied by 0.8. We have 24. We have 24 multiplied by 4.2. 24 multiplied by 4.2. We have 100.8. We also have 17 multiplied by 9.2. 17 multiplied by 9.2. We have 156.4. So this is how to multiply this. We can also find the sum of what we have here. That is f multiplied by x minus x bar. They are all in bar. Now we can find the sum of that. That is 140.4 plus 92.8 plus 24 plus 100.8 plus 156.4. We have here to be equal to 514.4. Of course, we have calculated our mean, which is this. Now, we are asked to find the coefficient of mean deviation. That means coefficient of mean deviation, which is x bar multiplied by d divided by x bar. First, we first calculate for x bar multiplied by the deviation, and we have it as this. So since we have the total of this, we have to calculate this before we can now find our coefficient of mean deviation. Our coefficient of mean deviation. So what do? We move over to this side of the board to do that. We move over to this side of the board to do that. So how to delete this part? For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. So we are asked to calculate all the coefficients of the mean deviation. So it means that we have to calculate for this, which is x bar multiplied by the deviation, which is equal to summation of f of x minus x bar all over summation of f. Now, what do we have as our summation of x minus x bar? We have it as this, 514.4. 514.4, that is what we have. We have 514.4 divided by summation of f. We have summation of f to the 100, 100. So 100, of course, 1, 2. So this will go 1, 2. So our answer will be 5 5.144. 5.144. Now, it then means that our deviation here is 5.144. Now, the coefficient of mean deviation, the coefficient of mean deviation will be equal to, that is CMD, is equal to x bar multiplied by the deviation all over x bar. So we have to delete this part of the board. Tomorrow, so here we have x multiplied by the deviation. We have the deviation to be equal to 5.144 divided by, what is our x bar? We want our x bar to be 18.8. 18.8. That is how the coefficient of mean deviation is calculated. 18.8. So it then means that our coefficient of mean deviation will be equal to 5.144 divided by 18.8. 5.144 divided by 18.8. So we have here to be 0.2736, which we can also approximate to be 0.27. So this is simply how we can calculate for our coefficient of mean deviation. First, you calculate for a deviation, and second, you now calculate for the coefficient of mean deviation after following all the steps that is given on the board. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel.